As you can see, this is my first video. Let's get started. This is a Shea Moisture eyeshadow. It's brown. I couldn't tell what the name was on the back of the packaging. It's kind of rubbed off after a long usage. I normally use an angle brush to do my brows. I start in the back and I build the product up closer to the front as I go. I do not like heavy product in the front of my brows, so I'd rather they be a lot stronger in the back and a lot more subtle in the front for a natural look. Now I'm using the spoolie to help move the shadow over my eyebrows. This helps me to tell whether I need to add more product or whether I need to take away. So now I'm going in with my LA Pro Concealer in the color Fawn to basically clean up the brows and shape them further the way I want them to look. I'm using my Morphe MB11 angled brush to do so, and once I'm done, I will also use it to smudge my concealer out and kind of blend it over my eyelid. Also, I find using my finger helps smudge it out and make it a little more softer so that there's no product buildup over the lid. That way it doesn't create patchy looks when I'm applying my eyeshadow. Also, I'm going to use my LA Pro Concealer in the color Fawn to conceal the top of my brows as well and shape those just in case one is higher than the other. Normally, I use a tone that actually matches my skin tone, but this time I'm using the same as what I use underneath, so I'm just going to smudge it out so that I don't have that halo effect. Still smudging. Now moving on to my primer, I'm going to be using my Melanie Mills Rose Gold. Man, this sat in my kit for so long before I played with it, but oh my goodness, once I did use it, I really loved it. It gives a really natural glow, not too heavy. It just gives a good sheen to the skin, so to speak. So I didn't have to put it on top of my foundation. It's still going to show through my foundation, but it's going to show naturally. I feel like some products give you like an artificial glow, but this one definitely gives off a more natural appearance. So now I'm going in with my LA Pro Concealer in the color Orange so I can conceal my dark spots. This works really well to help support your full coverage foundation so no blemishes show through. Depending on the type of corrections you want to make will determine which color correctors you'll actually use. For me, I'm correcting dark spots, so I'm using orange. Once I finish adding the product to my face, I'm going to let it dry down for a few seconds and then use my finger to blend it out. I like using my finger because the body heat up against my skin from my finger helps to evenly distribute the product without me blending it out a little bit too much, but I like to blend it out where it's not going to be blotchy, because if it's blotchy underneath, whatever you put on top is going to create a blotch on top as well, and you don't want that because that's very hard to correct after it's done. And I am still blending and blending and blending, making sure not to miss any areas that I color corrected. Next, I'm going to use that LA Pro Concealer Fawn to go ahead and lay it down as a shadow base as well. Of course, you can use LA Pro Concealer to conceal, but I'm also going to use it as a shadow base so that my eyeshadows actually pop. Also, I like to use that so that my shadow does not rest, so to speak, in the creases on my eyelid as well as in my hood. And now for the fun part. So today I'm going to do like a kind of semi-natural nude look, but I am going to put a little bit of a pink and a smoky eye effect to it as well. So I'm laying down a natural base from one of my Morphe palettes. I'm not sure which one I was using at the time, so I can't even tell you which Morphe palette it was. But all I can tell you, it was a palette full of matte natural shades. So if I can figure out which palette I used, I'll put the information somewhere with the video. Again, I'm blending out that LA Pro concealer that I'm using as a shadow base before I lay down my shadow on this eye. But I've already laid down the natural nude look shadow on the first eye. So after I lay down the natural nude color on there, I'm going to put down this, it's kind of fairly like a orangey red type of color that I'm going to use for like my transition. And then after that, I'm going to use another red, but I'm going to apply it kind of lightly because I'm really not trying to use the red for its color. I'm going to use the red kind of as a base color to support this coral salmon type of pink shimmery color that I'm going to put next. Again, since it's supposed to be a natural look, I don't really want it to be super heavy. I just want it to have enough pigment to actually show. The reds and the oranges that I'm using did not come from a Morphe palette. It actually came from a private label makeup company. So, if you ever wanting to start your own private label makeup company, those palettes do not come with a name because they are created for you to brand them with your own. And that's that light red color. Putting it on really lightly so that it doesn't overpower that salmon shimmer that I'm going to put on next. Hope you guys are liking the look so far. Little fun fact, this video was actually filmed like over a year ago. I really can't even explain how many times I have attempted to try and edit a video so that I can put it out, and I feel like I actually reached the goal today because I finally was able to edit this video. Some of the things I'm even doing in the video now, since so much time has gone by, I actually do it totally different than what I used to. So, you know, along with time, time comes with experience, and you kind of brush up your skills a little bit as time goes by. So you kind of do a little bit better, and the more you do it, the better you get. So, my next few videos, they'll be way different than this one, but hey, I still like the look. I even think that I might even go back and recreate this look now, knowing that I've kind of polished my skills a little more than what they were when I made this video. So I'm kind of giving that some heavy thought. That's going to be interesting to see. So you guys stay tuned. So now I'm just taking a clean brush and going back and kind of blending out that transition so that it's like a seamless blend and everything is just like meshing together, so to speak. I just want my shadows to melt. After that, I'm going to go in with another kind of iridescent pink highlight for my brow bones. It's kind of like when you look at it straight in front of you, it kind of just gives a slight champagne shimmer, but as you turn, the light picks up a pink color. So that's going to be fun as well. But before that, I'm adding a medium brown, not too brown. Like I said, I want it to stay light, but just a little smoke effect around my lash line. That's just going to give it the look a little bit more dimension. And after I finish adding that brown, then I'm going to put that iridescent highlight at the top, up under my brow bone. Just applying that soft brown and making sure that everything blends perfectly. I know y'all see it coming through, right? Y'all see it. It's getting a little smoky in here. Okay, girls, soften it up, blend it out. Every now and then, I need somebody to come pop my hand and be like, "Stop, girl, just stop, stop." I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so it's just like every little grain has to be exactly where it's supposed to be. But hey, practice make perfect, and when you want, make sure that look come out the way you want it to come out. Hey, even when you feel like you're finished blending, blend some more. Boom, there it is. What? Wait a minute now. Up, there's that iridescent pink brow bone highlight. See, I said it look kind of champagne in the front, but the light catch it. It make all that salmon shimmer pop at the bottom, even though it's not salmon too, but it just picks up the pink. So now it's time to put that black eyeliner on. I'm going to use my angled brush again to use my black eyeliner. I'm using a private label black gel liner. Um, I just feel like sometimes I work better with a creamy or softer product on my eyes. I don't know, it just gives a better glide. So if you see yourself having a little difficulty with your liner, maybe you kind of want to pull your eye, not too much, just tight enough for it to create just a smooth setup for a good glide. Now, one little trick I keep up my sleeve, which is not really a trick actually, it's just a helpful tool. So let's just call it a helpful tool. When I'm doing my liner, I have a little bit of a struggle sometimes when I'm doing my liner, trying to keep my hands really steady. So sometimes I kind of mess up and need to do a little cleanup. I keep an elf makeup eraser pen in my kit at all times. That thing is a lifesaver. So anytime you might mess up as long as you don't rub back and forth too much with it, it will not erase all the layers that you've put on. It really will just get that last top coat of whatever you put on. So I've been able to fix my liner a billion and one times because yes, my hand is not that steady when it comes to the liner. I don't know if it's my nerves or what, but I get super nervous when it's time to do my liner, so I always need to have that pen somewhere handy. Y'all see my fan? So I'm going to tell y'all I needed that pen again on that side too. Don't judge me. As long as you can clean up your mistakes, you all right. That elf eraser pen is gonna do it for you. And I think it's only like $3 or $4 in the Walmart or Target. That's where I've normally gotten mine from, Walmart or Target. So yeah, it's like $3. So why not have that in your kit? Okay, they ready now. So I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Foundation Matte. I'm gonna apply this in two different colors. So I'm gonna use my 330 like in my T-zone area, and then I'm gonna use my 338, which is like my all over color to outline that and blend in with that. That actually, when I'm trying to do a kind of soft look, that kind of cuts down on the amount of concealer that I will have to use after my foundation application. So it just kind of helps it out, give it a little blueprint, so to speak. I like it. I don't do it all the time, but for the sake of this video, I did. Again, I'm using my fingers, but I will go in with a damp sponge to blend out because you don't want to use a dry sponge. Some people use brushes, some people use sponges, some people use the hand. It's just a preference. You use whichever one you think is going to help you best. I like my hand, but lately, since this video, I've been using my sponge more, and I'm probably gonna start using brushes a little bit more because they seem to give more of an airbrush effect, which is kind of softer. So I like that because it's a more natural look. But for this video, I used a damp sponge and I just blended. I blended. And I blended some more. And I blended some more. Also, because I had to use a lot of orange to color correct, I actually ended up laying down just a little bit of setting powder. This is unconventional. I don't see a lot of people do it. It's kind of just something I did at that moment, trying to see if it would help because I could still see some of my concealer through my foundation, but I didn't want to just pack on a lot of foundation because this is a natural look. So I put a little powder on, dusted it right off. I wasn't going to bake or anything like that. I just wanted to kind of just create a barrier of staying power, so to speak, and just something else to build on. So I'm going to dust away this powder, and then I'm going to go back in with my LA Pro Concealer in Fawn to start concealing underneath the eyes. That way I can get rid of some of that orange concealer that we were speaking about earlier. But like I said, I used a little bit too much of it, so I could see through it a little bit. So I made sure to kind of like lay that layer of setting powder down and then go back over it. Just my own little routine. Doesn't mean you have to. It's just something that I came up with in the moment. So now I'm doing my contouring, making sure that I bring forward everything that I want to bring forward, and then semi-darken the areas that I want to bring back. I kind of want to have a little bit of a snatched effect. Not too much because it's still supposed to be natural, so I'm not trying to completely reshape my face. So, since I'm not trying to completely reshape it, I'm just going to do a little bit. Okay, camera. All right, get it together. Get that thing straight. I don't know why I open up my eyes so wide. It's so funny to me sometimes when I watch these videos. And then, did you see I just got some of that concealer in my eyebrows? Oh my God. That is the worst thing ever. Let me fix it. Okay, I fixed it. We back in the game. Alright, gonna put a little bit of setting powder in there. Put a little bit more setting powder under my eyes. And this time it's gonna be under there to actually set my makeup. I don't have any more makeup to put on in that area. This is gonna set it. This is gonna keep it from creasing under the eyes. And it's actually going to do the same thing the contour was doing. It's going to pull out those areas that you want to be more pronounced on your face, which is basically the areas with bone, and the areas that you don't want, it's going to make them sink back a little bit, which basically is going to thin out my face a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to do a little reshaping, but I don't want to completely reshape my face to like where I'm just like, now you know that ain't her face. She got some work done. Nope. Just a little bit concealer and powder. That's all. And here we go with the black eyeliner. Whew. I said I was using black eyeliner earlier and I hadn't even got to that step yet. But now I'm using my Clean Color lip pencil in the color mauve, which I like it. It went on very creamy. So I like a lot of their lip liners. So if you see them in the beauty supply store, catch you a couple. Now I'm using this new, well, it's not new anymore because like I said, this video is it's over a year old. It's probably two years old at this point, maybe. The company is called Beauty Mark, and the color on my lips is called Go Bare. It was a gloss, and it had a nice little shine on it, but it still looked natural. I loved it. It was great. I'm gonna have to get me another tube. And I was using it with my finger because my camera girl, Miss D Marzette, she actually owned that lip gloss. So I couldn't just put the wand on my lips because it didn't belong to me. So I just got some of it out and I applied it with my finger. Thanks so much, Debbie. Couldn't have done it without you. Now I'm using my Mary Kay Ultimate Mascara. I'm going to put my lashes on off camera because at this moment in time, trying to put lashes on, I can add almost a whole nother 30 minutes to my process just because I have an unsteady hand. So most of the time I get glue all over my eyes when I was doing it. So at that point in time when I recorded this video, I thought it might be best to just go ahead and put my lashes on off camera. Now I'm dusting off that setting powder. So, because y'all didn't think I was going to walk around like that, did you? Not going to do it. Not going to happen. Nope. But y'all see that bone structure coming through, don't you, though? It's nice. It's so nice. I'm going to go in with my LA Colors Spiced Blush. That was a nice peachy kind of shimmery blush for me. I normally use matte blushes. Well, no, I use an equal amount of matte blushes and shimmery blushes. But for today's look, since I used a little shimmer on the eye, I used a little shimmer on the highlight. I put my Melanie Mills Rose Gold on so I can have me a natural little glow coming through that foundation. I decided, well, I might as well go ahead and use some of this shimmer on my blush too. So yes, I got LA Colors and Spice Blush. That's what I'm putting on. Hey. And here comes the final look. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to see it? Y'all, I know the video is a little bit sped up, but you all just don't know. I was racing against the hands of time. But here we go. Here's the final look, and I really hope you guys enjoyed my video. Look for more videos to come. You can check out my YouTube channel shortly. It's Tashia Did It, just like my IG. Thanks.